I'm kind of the same mind because you know what? If I can't have it right there and then, there's always something else to go watch. So
Yeah. So like I said, I could have looked it up online, checked it, go there, paid for it, have been waiting for me. I don't feel like driving across the street either.
like you said, you're feeling kind of congested, so you aren't feeling so good. So why stress?
Well, that's not a big thing, but it is kind of a small example. When you sit there and look at TV, play Candy Crush, hey, bring me so-and-so, since you're out.
Yeah, I see. Well, why don't we plan just tomorrow to go and see a movie?
Possibly. I may even feel like it today, but we don't tend to go too late. We tend to go to the first movie because
Get those cheaper rates.
well, not so much
It's
that.
only, oh wow.
Not so much that. But if we go to the late movie around here, especially the closest one, which is predominantly black, they're going to be sitting there flipping those big phones up. And if we go early,
Right there.
they aren't getting up that early. And we go over to a mostly white movie because the white folks, while some of them will do it, they're not like niggas. I mean, they walk in talking on the phone. They flip it up in the middle of the movie talking almost.
I was over there looking at the Warriors today.
Yeah.
And I guess on IFC they're affiliated with this thing called Alamo Movie House.
I don't know.
And it's like basically it's like a dinner and a dinner drive-through type of thing. Not drive-through, but you go in, you have dinner and everything like that. They ban phones and all the text and everything. They said that we strictly enforce this.
Is it it's a movie?
But it's independent, kind of. They
But
have
I mean,
some,
it's inside.
yeah. They have like pizza. They're none around here. They're mostly down in Texas, but there's one up in
We got a couple around here where you can go and have a complete meal. Pamela loved it. They got a variety too, but they haven't. Nobody around here bans phones.
No, they said they banned that phone calls, texting, whatever. That I was over there reading through their things.
They get a 5 or 6 inch note, flip it open in front of you. That's why we don't go late.
They were doing it at the comedy show. Same deal.
Yeah, but it's dark in a movie.
just a regular sausage pizza.
You got what?
Deep dish pizza, pepperoni.
You did.
Because you said you like pepperoni. I'll eat pepperoni too, but I'm more sausage. Can I get the deep dish thing knocked out while I'm here too? Why not multiple?
This would be okay, but they got better deep dish places.
Well, you know what? When I was over at Chadu, we used to eat Little Caesar pizza all the time. So I haven't had it since then. So it wasn't a bad price at all.
No, the better pizza places, Chicago Dough, everybody does deep dish now, even though that wasn't their specialty, but they pretty much have to. When I was younger, I think I'm doing the same thing. I would have a bad cold, and I would feel a little bit better, and I would hit the road.
Yeah.
And I'd be sick as a dog later.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what happened getting out New Year's Eve.
Even
Even though it wasn't that much exertion.
still being out now,
I don't know, just moving around. I don't go after the stuff that research has shown the weather doesn't give you a cold.
it weakens your immunity, doesn't it?
No,
Your immune
I don't think
system.
it even does that. People always say the weather, the change of weather. And I have seen studies where they have exposed people to wet, cold, and not. And they didn't get any colds any quicker than the others.
Oh.
Bacteria and virus that gives you a cold. And exposure to that.
Makes sense.
It's just moving around a lot could have worsened it. That used to happen all the time.
When you gotta go, I mean, you still gotta go. Do whatever you have to do.
Well, many things you do, you don't have to. That was my point.
Yeah.
See how I feel when I take this medicine. It's not something I will feel the effects of right away, I don't think, except for the cough medicine.
Shouldn't be drowsiness built in it, is it?
It might be. So she gave me a cough syrup with codeine.
Oh. That will knock you right out.
And an antibiotic. Because the other thing that happens to me consistently, and I always try to guard against it, if I get a relatively minor cold, if I don't catch it, it'll turn into something more serious, like sinusitis.
Oh.
And I had a touch of pneumonia one time, years ago though. So right now, I always try to catch it right away. Because it's like when it's almost over, that the problems come in, if I don't catch it.
Right on
Well, she gave me antibiotics before. I felt okay.
When's the last one you had? You said like, what, a week or two before I got there?
Yeah, about a week before you got there, I was taking antibiotics. I go back to her on Tuesday. Because when I was there, I felt fine. She didn't do anything. Looked at my ear, looked at my nose, looked at my throat. I wasn't coughing.
That's always the case, isn't it?
It's like a car.
Yeah. Don't do anything while you're there. Immediately as you're going to drive away, though, there's that little noise. Or whatever. Kind of pick back up.
Off
Lake
and
effect,
on
right?
until about either 6 o'clock or over in Indiana until midnight. Lake effect, yeah. That's what it is. You can see the band if you look at the map.
Kit sounded like she was going to be perfectly content indoors.
A lot of people will be with this if you didn't have to get out.
Yeah.
I meant to show that to you back there at that bar next door, but I forgot. But there's a beer around here called 312 beer. It's the brand. And area code in Chicago is 312, so it's a Chicago beer.
Oh.
And if you looked in the window, they had the sign up, and it looked either like a beer bottle with suds shooting out, or if you knew what to look for, what you were looking at, it looks like the Sears Tower
Oh.
with the two antennas sticking up. But it's 312 beer, Chicago beer.
And it's made here.
Yeah, it is I guess it's a craft beer.